Thanks for joining me today. And today we're going to be going over a couple different chords, as well as some different ways to play with the strings. I'll do that first, which the first way, if you don't have a pick, you can just use your thumb. And it's kind of a muffled sound. I'll play it for you once. Here's an E minor with no pick. And then here's the same thing with a guitar pick. And you'll notice a big difference. That's just like the way you notice if you'll strum up or down. So I'll play a G chord, and this is all strumming down. And listen to how it sounds whenever you go down only. And then here's the same thing. I'm going to throw a couple times strumming up in here, and you can tell it makes a little bit of difference in the rhythm. You can go a little bit faster if you use both. If you go down, you're really limiting yourself to the way you play. In some songs, they have a specific pattern that you have to go both up and down. In the way of chords, the first new one will be an A minor. So if you play an A, the A is going to be all on the second fret. If you play an A minor, it's going to go to the second and the first fret. So it's going to be the third and fourth strings are going to be your second and third finger. And then you're going to use your first finger, your pointer, on the first fret. And that's going to go on the second string. So an A minor is going to sound like this. As opposed to an A. So they're a little bit different. A D minor, we'll go over a D minor also, which is slightly different than a D. D is one of the easier chords. With the D minor, it's going to use 3 frets, which will be a little bit different than the ones I've taught so far. So to start off, you're going to put your first finger on the first string of the first fret. That's easy enough to learn. The second fret is going to go the third string with your second finger. And then the third fret will get the second string with your third finger. And a D minor sounds like this. And that one is used not as often as a D, but still it's somewhat common in a certain type of song. So I'll play a D and then a D minor. That was the D. And here's the D minor. So that's just something else to practice a little bit. These are all some of the easier chords. I haven't done any bar chords yet. The bar is where you're going to put your first finger over the whole fret. So it covers up every single string. And then you play something else with the remaining fingers. They're useful for a lot of songs, but they're a little bit trickier to learn. So we'll do those a little bit later. So practice the A minor and the D minor along with the other ones. And I'll go over all the ones we've learned so far. The very first one is a G. Actually, I lied. That's an E minor, which is the very first one I taught, but it's not a G. Here's a G. Then we have the C. And a D. and an A. And then the two new ones I just went over. So learning those new chords along with the strumming patterns will help make you learn a lot of new songs. And if you go online and search, there's plenty of songs, hundreds, probably thousands, you can find easily that use the chords that you learned so far. So practice with those and see what you can find. And we'll go over some more new stuff in the next lesson. Thanks for joining me today.